Okay, question 51 is a sequence question, specifically a Fibonacci sequence question. And the best way to describe the Fibonacci sequence really is just to have a look at this first question here, question A. So it tells you to ask you to write down the next two terms in the sequence. So if we have a look at the first 5 terms here and where they came from, if we have a look at this, we've got number 1, first term is 1, second term is 4, the third term, which is 5, comes from adding the previous 2 terms together. So 1 plus 4 equals 5. The next term here is 9. That comes from 4 plus 5 equals 9. Next term, as you can see, is 14. That comes from 5 plus 9 equals 14. So this next term that's missing is going to come from adding the previous 2 terms together. So 9 plus 14 is 23, and then this last term here again will come from adding the previous 2 terms together. So 14 plus 23 is 37. So a Fibonacci sequence, even though sometimes it can appear a little tricky or a little difficult, it's maybe not something you've seen before, when it's a question like this, it's relatively simple. You just add the previous 2 terms. 1 plus 4 is 5, 4 plus 5 is 9. Where it gets a little bit more complicated maybe is question B. So it says in a different Fibonacci sequence, so this sequence won't be 1, 4, 5, 9, 14. It's going to be a different sequence, but it still works the same way. You still add the previous 2 terms. So in a different Fibonacci sequence, the 4th term is 30 and the 5th term is 49. Write down the first term. So we're going to have to go backwards from this one. So here I've got, that's the 5th term there, 49, and there's the 3rd term. So think about where that 49 comes from. It comes from some number that we don't know. Add to 30 equals 49. So what plus 30 is 49? Well, it's going to be 19. Then again, think about what this mystery number here would be. It's something plus 19 equals 30. So that's going to be 11. 11 plus 19 equals 30. And then again, to find the first term, the answer to the question, what plus 11 is 19? Well, it's going to be 8. So the first term, first, second, third, fourth, fifth, the first term in our sequence is going to be 8. Okay, the third question, question C, the second and third terms in the following Fibonacci sequence are x and y. Write down algebraic expressions for the first, 4th and 5th terms. So first of all, algebraic expressions are just numbers or letters or a combination sort of added together or subtracted or divided or multiplied, as we saw in one of the other videos. So just think for a second about what this would be. This missing sequence here, sorry, this missing term in the sequence, this missing term comes from adding the previous 2 terms together. So we've got an x and a y, so this is going to be x plus y. So you add x and y, you get that term. This term here is going to come from adding again the previous 2, so we've got x plus y plus y, so we're going to have x plus, now y plus y is 2y, so it's going to be x plus 2y. But this first one here is maybe a little more difficult, a little trickier. So what would you add to x to get y? Okay, so this one is y minus x. And if you think about it, if you've got y minus x and you add x to it, so minus x plus x is going to disappear. So y minus x plus x is y. Yeah, this is the difficult one. I think this is the one you've got to kind of wrap your head around a little bit. And if we submit those answers, there we go, 4 marks.